Have you ever had the dream of making $1 million with only a few hours of work each day? I think it's about to go. It's about to go. Okay, there it goes. There it goes. What if I told you you can make this dream a reality? Come join me on my journey to turn $1,000 into $1 million account with Enlightened Trading. Hello, Enlightened Ones, and happy Friday. So today was one of those extremely tough days that you want to sit down and learn from. As you can see on the sheet, I took a lot more trades than yesterday. As you recall, yesterday I took 2 trades and was done. Those are the easy days. Today was a little more difficult. I took 15 trades. I pretty much broke every one of my rules. And even though I ended up in the positive and in the green, it was probably one of my worst trading days I've done in a very long time. So let's learn from that. I'm not going to go through every trade, but I just wanted to highlight a few things. First and foremost, you can see I traded pre-open right at 9:27. That's against one of my rules. Number 2, I traded in the first minute, 3 trades. Again, that's another inside rule I don't write down, but I don't want to trade the first minute bar. I want to wait for that first minute bar to break, and then I want to get in if I'm going to catch a trend. 3, I traded 7 times in the first 15 minutes. Again, one of my rules is trading max 6 times. 4, majority of my trades were losses. I should have stopped after the first 3, and I continued to go. 5, I traded after I hit my max drawdown. 6, my last trade, I added significant size. Again, I'm sticking 1 contract. I went up to 5 contracts in the last trade. Luckily enough, I caught a nice stack that ran for about 25 points, and it worked. But I took a lot more risk than I should have, and I traded like crap. I want to start off with the 15-minute chart. So this is the 15-minute chart of the NASDAQ for the entire day. And as we can see here where the arrow is, we can see at 8:30 this morning, we had a jobs report. And on that jobs report, the market moved lower. And we had a 15-minute bar over a 100-point move lower. That continued in the next bar, as you can see there. But that bar made a nice hammer. And by the time we opened, which is the blue bar, we were inside, perfectly inside that 8:30 bar. Also, we were in between our 1-day and 2-day VWAP. There is no market conditions that are favorable for any trader when you're in that type of condition. I took way too many trades at the beginning. Now, if we look at the market and look how it played out over this time period, it took till about 10:15, 10:20 for us to finally break. And as you can see, we bounced around right in the middle. And we never broke outside that 8:30 bar. These are called inside bars. And when you have inside bars, there's not much trade activity. Again, our main objective is to jump on trades where big money is moving. When you have inside bars and when you're inside the VWAP, usually you just have chop trading. There's no real direction, nothing to trade on. That's when you want your main focus to be preservation of capital. Even when we hit the top of the 1-day VWAP on opening bar and opened the second 15-minute bar and started moving lower, it was a nice move. We stayed below the 20-day moving average for the most part, but it's still what I would call choppy action. This is the type of action you don't want to participate in. Now let's compare this choppy action, even though we moved nicely, to the action of when we broke above the 1-day VWAP and actually broke out from the opening bar and from the 8:30 bar. And let's see that action. And as you can see, it's a constant, steady march higher each and every bar for 9 bars straight. That is what we want to catch. That is what we want to wait for. We want to be part of that move. Again, you only need 1 trade per day. This is the trade you should have grabbed. You should have traded 2 to 3 to 4 times in the beginning, saw we're not going anywhere, and just waited for this breakout move. So here's trade 1. I gave this trade an A, but it looks like it should have been a B. As basic breakout to the upside. I went long, but you can see on the right-hand side, you have the 2-day and the 1-day VWAP right above. Have to take this trade, but it's not optimal. Here's the second trade I took. I gave this an A trade. It is a stack setup. It looks like we're just breaking above the 1-day VWAP, and I went long. Good setup, good idea, but I pulled back and got stopped out. Again, a lot of choppy action here in the morning. It was hard to get anything going. Here's the first pullback trade after the breakout that we mentioned earlier. You can see we pulled back some, and as we pulled back, we hit the MA. It we want to go long right there. Nice move higher by 3 bars, almost 4 bars. In any event, that would have been a great trade right there. Once you have a move above or out of the zone, the first pullback you usually want to take because that usually still has momentum involved in it. Finally, just want to highlight here what we call an LE setup. This is from No BS Trading. You can see the pullback, M&As, and then we break above the M&As. Once we get above the M&As, you want to go long there. Would have been a decent setup. Would have gained a decent gain overall and a good move. And the last data point for today, here's the pullback setup that I used to go long. This is where I went long 5 contracts in a row. Got lucky, got a good move about 25 points higher, close it out with a gain. Again, this is not what you should be doing. Instead, should be waiting for optimal setups and only taking one size and not taking or adding too much risk. If this was a loss, I would have been extremely in the hole. Not good, bad trading. Have a wonderful Friday and great weekend. Till next week. Peace.